Today's sponsored hot topic includes Bill Spada and Eric Anderson, who joined us today from DevTeamSix to talk Swap 2.0 and its effect on P2E and more. Well, welcome to Edge of NFT, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, and thanks for letting us set a record for the most folks on the podcast at any given moment in time. So, and that's like, plaque? yeah, I think there's probably a POAP and some sort of pass for sure.
I realize we have an issue here though, because we have a couples episode, and the cool thing is you do have two there, but I don't believe you two are a couple.
No.
It's not like that.
It's not like that. Well, you could be sort of like the third wheel, 10th wheel kind of thing going on here.
All right,
exactly.
Jeff and I have actually been business partners for over a decade, and glad to have Ethan. So we have some sort of coupling thing going on there. But guys, like you're doing a lot in the space, and we're really excited to have you on. You've got this game and this vault and this program. Would love to sort of just get an overview of everything you guys are cooking up here and share this with our listeners.
Yeah,
I don't think we have that much time.
Well, we'll do our best to get
everything.
Ready, go.
I mean, we'll create a little FOMO, but yeah, give us what you can.
Absolutely. So we're DevTeamSix. We're a blockchain development company out of Phoenix, Arizona. We've been developing in the token space for quite some time. A lot of different platforms we've already built that are already live and running and doing well. And then we've decided to tackle some of the known issues out there when it comes to various different offerings. And one of those big offerings, obviously, is in the NFT space. It also is in the crypto space, but mainly we're seeing a lot of it in the NFT world right now. And that is play to earn games. We're seeing very good offerings that have been out there in previous projects that have done well. However, they all seem to have the same systemic issue, and that is creating sustainability behind the project and finding a way to be able to make these things a forever thing versus a hype, and it gets exciting and it's awesome, and then all of a sudden it starts to lose some ground because the pricing of these earn-out tokens or these reward tokens tends to start to go down, and it tends to start to slide, and then people get angry or they get mad and they're like, what's going on and what's happening here? So what we've done is we've taken technology that we built in the token space. Really, it's behind what we call Swap 2.0. And what we've done is built a way for developers or organizers to be able to develop a reward token that actually has sustainability, but it requires Swap 2.0. And really what Swap 2.0 is, just in an overview version of it, it's a routing system that actually is in the swapping mechanism. So if you know Uniswap, you know PancakeSwap, they're all forks of each other. You know, SushiSwap, it doesn't matter what swap that's out there, they're literally clone of a clone of a clone. So they're great. They've done their job. They've done what they needed to do. However, in order to actually mimic one of the most historically proven, in this case, stake to earn tokens or reward tokens out there, you need a different routing system because Uniswap doesn't offer it. Neither does PancakeSwap or any of these swaps out there. To kind of give you an idea what that means. So for example, the best token out there historically that is a reward token, or in this case, stake to earn token, is Cake, and that is with PancakeSwap. So when you stake in pools or you stake in farms, you're going to earn out this token called Cake. And Cake has been around for quite some time. It has a lot of historical data behind it. And so in order, what we did is we kind of set out on how could we build a token contract or code base behind a token, a smart contract essentially, that would actually be able to have the same algorithmic contract logic that would be used and mimic what Cake does with PancakeSwap. So in order to do that, we set out to try to figure out, could we do that with the current routing systems that are out there now? And we took us about maybe 4 or 5 months to discover.
It was insane.
To discover that it was impossible, that it was not possible, because the way the weights need to be built into the smart contract logic, it wouldn't allow us to just be doing what's called buy pressure back into the actual market, the authenticity of the market. So what was out there now, you hear a lot of these tokens out there, projects out there about buyback tokens and all these different things, these tokenomics that they've creatively come up with. And kudos to them for doing that. But a lot of it is really, if you actually follow it from start to finish, the way the money moves within these contracts, it literally is a wash. So the buyback tokens that are out there now, they're literally washing the money, essentially. They're not actually putting buy pressure into the market. They may temporarily for a second, but in order to be able to buy back into the market, they actually have to sell contract tokens back into the market to generate the Ethereum or generate the BNB in order to be able to buy back from the smart contract. And what Swap 2.0 does is it allows the contract to be able to take their fees, their tokenomic fees, in the actual paired token, or in this case, it could be Ethereum, it could be USDT, it could be BNB. It just depends on whatever they've paired with the automatic market maker. So this is something that allows the contract to actually mimic what Cake does. And those of you that may or may not know what Cake's doing is, Cake's in their white paper and their tokenomics, the way that it works is essentially PancakeSwap gets administrative fees and what are essentially trading fees. And what they do is they take those trade fees and they go back and they buy back Cake every single day. And they buy back at about 3% of the total volume of Cake. And what we've done is been able to build a now smart contract that actually does the exact same thing. And that's what Swap 2.0 is. Swap 2.0 is a routing system. If anybody wants more information on it, they can go to pye.net. It's PYE.net. And all the information's there. There's Git books, there's all sorts of documentation. It explains Swap 2.0, how it works today versus what Swap 2.0 brings to the table. And so what we've done is we've built an NFT project behind really just showcasing and showing proof of concept that the play to earn games can actually use this technology to be able to build a sustainable project that allows the game to live on season after season after season after season with a sustainability behind it. So we've built Legacy Friends, which is our NFT project. A lot of different utility. I won't get into all the utility behind Legacy Friends, but one of the utilities is Metatopia. It's a game, it's a blockchain staking game, actually getting ready to launch it next week. We're very excited about it. And it will be NFT's first ever play to earn game that is utilizing this Swap 2.0 technology. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, okay, this is the first time, maybe give it a minute. We've tested this on multiple chains. We've not just tested it, but it's been live for almost, 7-8 months now. Mm-hmm. So we made a history on the blockchain to be the first ever swap to act in this capacity back in, I think, January or February.
It was, yeah.
And so it's been a long time. It's been running, it's been trading, it's been a market that's been live for a very long time. We've, upgraded the routing system a couple of times between then and now. Various different things, tweaking it, making it better, consistently making sure that we were dialing it in, essentially. So we've waited long enough to get to this stage to make sure that we've got a winner. And so with Metatopia, they're going to earn Topia token, which is very exciting. And Topia token is a Swap 2.0 token on the Ethereum chain. It is a ERC20 token. So it is something that will be a lot of fun to actually see how that goes out there. And we've got a group of holders and a whole community behind it. And they're really excited to get started and show the world essentially what Swap 2.0 is all about.
Yeah, that's really exciting, guys. And you know, we went a little bit down a technical rabbit hole, but as someone that sort of was around the meme coin days and, you know, saw all these projects go really far up and then really far down really quickly. And this has been a conversation topic in even for the more established games, play to earn games, the space, this progression towards play and earn, right? Like it's not an economy if coins go one way and they go out the other and then there's a leaky funnel, right? That's
Right.
not a sustainable economy. So you know, I think you undervalue the broader applicability of what you're doing. Yes, it can apply to games, but I also could see people taking hold of this technology for community building and gamifying, you know, the music side of the space, as well as
100%.
you know, the metaverse side of the space. Like gamification is going to be inherently part of, you know, web 3.0 and what's coming this year and what we talk about at NFTLA for you know, it's key. It's key to a sustainable economy, a sustainable community. It's the reason we were talking about owning force again. It is so hard for them to climb up that hill after they went down the hill, and it's great to see that they're climbing up that hill again. But technology like this, the code helps so much. So kudos to you guys for all that hard work. Any thoughts from our other guests here on what these guys are building?
Yeah, I'm super interested. I think that what we're seeing is this evolution of the market. Prior to crypto, I was in gaming, and now we're seeing NFTs get more into the gaming space. And it's interesting if I understand this correctly, because there's a lot of info here, and I was trying to keep up. It's kind of this automated buyback. I wonder if there's any like governance that you have with regards to how things could evolve or change over time in terms of the weights.
And that's actually a great question. So currently, with any project that wants to utilize the actual code base or the logic behind it, they can implement it as a governance. It could be a governance token built in or governance built into it, so that the community can actually make those voting proposals or make a vote on whether or not, you know, is it a 3%, is it a 5%, is it a 10%? Those things can all be built in. Those are all something that, depending on the developer, depending on what they're doing with the project, they can do that. One thing we've done on our side is add, so, you know, with NFTs, it seems to be, and this goes back to crypto too. I mean, it's applicable on both sides of the aisle, essentially, for both spaces. But when it comes to the NFT side, I've been in that game for quite some time now, you know, one of the biggest holders in a lot of these projects. And we've seen a lot of project developers on the NFT side. They do a really good job of coming up with what they call utility. And for us, we come from the token space, right? So we're coming from a completely different mindset where there has to be some sort of value, a real exchange of value to these investors that are really looking for, what am I going to actually get a return on the investment that I've made, right? So what we've seen is a lot of these guys are going down these places of, hey, we're going to give you, if you stake, you're going to earn trucker hats and stickers and all these other things, right? And one thing we wanted to do was be able to have multiple utilities for these earn-out tokens, these play-to-earn tokens. And so we're bringing more pieces of what works really well, because the token space is far more seasoned than the NFT space. The NFT space is, I would say, just based on being in both sides of it, they're 2 years behind the token space when it comes to development, when it comes to really building and bringing offerings of utility, and use cases and application and things like that. So with ours, we're doing, you know, the Swap 2.0 piece is a massive sustainability piece to the actual play to earn token, but we're taking that token and we're doing something special by bringing other pieces of what we've done before. So, for example, we talked about the vault earlier. I think it was mentioned, the legacy vault. The legacy vault, they're going to be able to take their Topia token and they're going to be able to go into the legacy vault, and the legacy vault's going to have all sorts of stuff. It'll have other NFTs. It'll have real world products. It'll have real world vacations. It'll have all sorts of stuff, VIP experiences, all sorts of things that they can go in there and exchange their Topia token for. And everything in that vault starts at one Topia token. So it's an auction style type thing. And it allows them to literally go in there and have another opportunity to utilize their Topia token outside of the game. Because a lot of these guys, they're like, oh, we're going to sell more characters, or we're going to do more stuff within the game so that they use the token. And that most people want, they don't want to just recycle the token. They want to be able to see value, real exchange of value from their token. So we've kind of created that. We also have a peer-to-peer exchange. So Topia token will have a peer-to-peer exchange. It also will have a liquidity pool that'll trade, inside Swap 2.0 on PiSwap. So there's going to be multiple avenues and channels for them to utilize their Topia token to be able to, reap some value in real life versus just, it's some virtual, ledger. It's something that they can see, they can find a way without selling the underlying asset and be able to see something of value come back into their wallet.
Yeah, you guys have architected this thing really intensively. It's awesome, and really excited to see where you take it from here. And I think there are a number of directions it can go within the space you're already operating in and trying to move the needle on. And also, as Josh mentioned before, there's applicability in a number of different channels. So we want to give our listeners the opportunity to go a little bit deeper on their own as well. So
Sure.
Where should they follow you? Where should they look to stay abreast of what's happening with the project?
Yeah, check us out on pi.net. It's probably going to give you the most info on Swap 2.0. So I know there's a lot of people who you said applicable to multiple different spaces. Yeah. Anybody that's a developer or operator or looking to get into the space or has a great idea and wants to just do something special, go to pi.net, pye.net. When it comes to the NFT side, with what we're doing there and really what the new offering is to show that this is an amazing product, it's legacyfriends.xyz. That's where that project lives. Metatopiaworld.com is the game. So anybody that's looking for the game, you'd go to metatopiaworld.com. All the information's there. All the game, all of its information is there. White paper, all the information that you would need to know how to play the game. So a lot of information out there.
Amazing.
This is really interesting because real quick, I see that like previous cycle was like this DeFi, NFTs, and DAOs, and they were all kind of separate islands. Now that we have this like maturation, I think this is an example of things all kind of converging. And so it's going to be super exciting. You take a little bit of a DAO, take a little bit of DeFi, take a little bit of NFTs, and you kind of stir them up in a pot. And like, I think this is where things get really creative and interesting. So
love that perspective. It's great.
Yeah.
This is the edge of NFTs, guys. Everything all you guys are building, this is totally the edge of NFTs. Really great.
Yeah.
That's it. So
most of our episodes, not so much, but yeah.
So and then we also wanted to mention, we got a little giveaway here from you guys as well. We got VFriends shoes and 2 Genesis Legacy Friends NFTs. That's amazing. We really appreciate it, guys. So for our listeners on that front, keep an eye out on our socials. We'll give you all the details for that giveaway. Eric and Bill, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
We appreciate it, and we'll look forward to catching up real soon.
Thanks, guys.